I love these. I love my sunglasses, but I don't think I can wear them while I am doing the video, so I'll put them down there. Hi, my name is Ife Thomas. I'm a mindset and confidence coach, and often when people work with me, it is because they're trying to learn how they can manage their emotions. And one of the things that really stir up negative emotions is toxic people. How do you avoid negative, toxic people? How do you get away from them? How do you react to them? Right, so this is the idea that I thought about. One of my clients once said to me, people are either radiators or drains. They'll either be the type of person that you want to be near around because they make you feel warm and safe and it's comfortable being around them, or they're the type of person that's a drain. They will drain the life, suck the life out of you. Now these people, you can determine who they are pretty much straight away. You can sense that there's somebody who's like a moaner, a complainer, or always looking at the bad things. And the way I look at it is, you can either have a malevolent worldview or a benevolent worldview. Malevolent people are always looking for the bad. They're always focusing on the things that went wrong, the things that they don't like. They're focused on negative stuff. Now, benevolent people are always looking at the beautiful things in the world. They're looking at the good. They're optimists. They're people who say, well, actually, let's talk about the good things that have happened. Let's focus on what we're doing and where we're going. Malevolent people are like, well, this is what's happened. They're kind of in the past. They're talking about past things that have happened. And the past really brings into their future, where if you find somebody who's benevolent, they're talking about prosperity and future thinking. And they're talking about things that happened maybe in the past that can bring forward into the future to help the future grow. So how do you avoid and deal with negative, toxic people? First of all, you get ready for them. Your response, you are in charge of the way that you respond. So one of the things that I do is I try to figure out quickly, why are they like that? And most of the time it's difficult to figure out straight away. So what you can do then is just assume. This is the time when you can assume the best of them. Assume that they're deep down good people, and then start making excuses for them in your mind. Start making excuses for why they act that way and why they behave that way and why they are that way. Once you can let go and detach yourself from the emotion of, oh my God, these people are horrible. Instead, you can say, I wonder what happened to them. I wonder what happened to them in their lives that has got them to this point where they see only bad. I wonder what's happened to them in their timeline where they have had to struggle. I wonder if I would have had the kind of life that they had, if I would be that type of person. It's about empathy, it's about compassion, it's about being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes or imagine what it must be like to go through life the way that they went through life. I think the minute you're able to give people grace and recognize that they didn't start off like that. If you think about it, babies come into this world with only two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Part of the human mechanism for survival. You know, we build up our fears based on things that have happened to us. Every other fear we've developed over time. So how can we judge people who are reacting to the world differently to us? Maybe, though, we have to let them take responsibility that they get to decide every day who they want to be, and maybe they're not at a point yet where they feel like they are powerful enough to decide. With me, when it comes to thinking positive, I am constantly making a choice. Making the choice to choose to think something positive. Making the choice to give people the benefit of the doubt. Making the choice to look for the good and be the optimist. Now, the reason why I make the choice to do that and to lean more to the positive side of life is because I know what it feels like when you lean to the negative side of life. When you lean to the negative side of life, what happens is you take away all your control. You become powerless. And I'm all about empowering people to step into their life. I'm all about building positive relationships and being able to reach your goals. Well, you can't reach your goals, you can't build positive relationships, and you definitely can't feel powerful, and you can't empower people if you feel disempowered or powerless. Well, one of the fastest ways to feel powerless is when you give your power away. Don't give your power away to negative people. Don't give your power away to situations that you're not in control of. Don't allow external things to affect you internally. Make sure that you build up high levels of self-esteem and confidence, and you can do that by every day looking in the mirror and saying, I am somebody, I am good enough, I can do anything, I like myself.
I am somebody, I am good enough, I can do anything, I like myself.
You can say stuff to you like, I'm gonna crush it today, I'm gonna do great today, I'm a lovely human being, I am worthy, I am valuable, I am enough. All the I ams are really important, because I am, everything that you say after I am predicts who you are. when you say, oh, I am the type of person that is always miserable, well then, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to be that type of person. Say, oh, you know, I am a bit negative. Well, then you'll be negative. But if you say, I am the kind of person that is really positive and I look for the good in every situation, and whenever life knocks me down, I always get back up. I'm the kind of person that when things go wrong, I'm always able to try and find something in there. And one of the things that I do, as somebody who also, like everyone else, has experienced times where you feel downtrodden, you feel like you've been knocked down, you feel like you can't get back up, all those times that I've experienced where I've tripped or fell and landed with my face in the mud, there's always something that I say to myself. I always say there's got to be a lesson in this, and I say that the universe is conspiring for me to succeed. So if I've been knocked down here, that's because I need to be ready, because there's going to come a time later on in my life where I'm going to experience more pain, and I need to be ready. I need to have built up the resilience and the strength to be able to attack it. You see, for me, one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with in my life is losing my mum, losing my cheerleader, losing somebody who means so much to me. And I say to myself, well, the reason why that happened is to prepare me for more things that are happening. I've experienced so many other times since my mum passed away, moments which would have knocked me flying, would have knocked me over, but they don't knock me over now, because I've experienced something much more painful than any of those things. And if you look at life like this, every single thing that's happening to me isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. It's happening to protect me or to prepare me. There's gonna be a lesson in it. And even if it's a horrible situation, I mean horrendous, find something, find the lesson, because when you find the lesson, that gives you power, because now you're not a victim. You're actually saying, do you know what, that happened because it's given me this, it's supporting me for this, it's preparing me for this. And when you have that mentality and you go through life with, I'm able to experience it, and I'm not somebody that would say like, don't allow the feeling to hit you. I think it's very important to feel. It's absolutely imperative to feel, because I suppose the reason why many people go on to antidepressants is to numb the pain, is to stop the pain, is to control the pain. But I think sometimes we have to feel it. And I think when you can feel the pain and still be okay, that creates resilience. It builds you up. It helps you to build strength within, and mentally and physically, so that when you experience more pain, you're like, I've had this before and I know that I can get through it. It's like when I had my first son, the pain was so bad, I honestly thought I'm gonna die. I thought there is no way, I'd rather die than carry on with this pain, because it's so unbelievably painful. Having a baby and your first child, for me, natural birth, it was excruciating. But when I had my second son, because I knew what was coming, because I'd already experienced that pain, I was able to get through it much easier, because I'd been there, experienced it the first time, and knew what to expect. I'd already built up that pain threshold, I'd already built up the pain resilience, whatever. It was still blooming painful, but I wasn't so afraid, and I never once thought I'd rather die than deal with this pain. Well, with my first son, I kept thinking, kill me now, this is too painful, I can't possibly continue. So you see what I mean? It's about experiencing pain so that it can power you the next time pain comes. And the thing is about being human beings, we're going to go through life. What's it Les Brown says? You're either in a problem, you've just left a problem, or you're heading towards a problem. Well, I say you're either in pain, just left pain, or heading towards pain. There is pain. Part of life is painful. If you want to grow, if you want to develop, if you want to become somebody and you want to really step into who you're meant to be, then you've got to be willing to experience pain, because pain is part of it. Pain is part of it. And that's what I would say. So if we come back, we were talking about toxic people and how do we deal with negative toxic people. And do you notice that in this whole conversation, I've not actually talked about the negative toxic people. I've talked about us, each one of us individually. We have to take control of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and it's how we respond to the negative toxic people that will help us to maintain peace, serenity, and calm. It's up to us. And even as I'm telling you this, there are times in my life when I'm around a toxic negative person and it shocks me and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I have to say, right, how do I act? How do I need to act? And I have to remember, Ife, you are responsible for how you show up. You are responsible for how you respond. So make sure that you take control, because if you take control of the narrative, how you communicate, how you respond, then you are powerful. If you let them take control and then you start acting in a way that is disconnected to who you want to be or who you are, you then become powerless. So with that said, how to avoid, how to get away from negative, toxic people, it's more about you. How do you respond? Thank you so much. See you on my next video. Have a wonderful week. See you next week. Bye.